All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller, and I'm going to be your yoga instructor today. So, welcome to this Yoga for Pregnancy series here on Wild Blue Yonder Media. This is week 13. So, if you're in your 13th week of being pregnant, congratulations! You're out of that dreaded first trimester, hopefully onto a little bit smoother sailing, less nausea, a little bit more of an easeful second trimester here as you grow a tiny human. I also wanted to welcome in any supporters, be that spouses, partners, family members, friends, or maybe little family members who are doing yoga with the expectant mother. So nice to have you here and your support. So, as we go through this practice, just keep in mind you don't have to be on week 13 of your pregnancy to do this practice. Just depends on what your body is able to do and how you are feeling. So, keeping in mind that you can mix and match these classes depending on what you're looking for, what you need in your body. On that note, keep in mind that you are always welcome to extend into postures. You can modify and come down to the mat or find that center posture, just listening to those edges as they come up. Also, I don't often cue water, and we're supposed to be drinking lots and lots of water right now. So, if and when you feel thirsty, of course, please feel free to step off your mat, grab that drink, and then join us whenever you feel ready. So, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and come into a comfortable seat. Your legs can be crossed, they can also be straight out in front of you. You can be up on a prop like a block, that's what I'm sitting on, or simply down on your mat. We are doing a lot of seated work today. So if you have a prop like a block, I invite you to come onto that low side here, kind of the hamburger side. You can also use more of a sturdy pillow, a bolster, a couch cushion. You can always take a couch cushion off the couch and borrow that for the practice. Just allowing the hips to lift, it makes it a little bit easier to sit and keep the spine tall. Does less work, makes the low back work less, makes the core work a little bit less here. We're going to wiggle back and forth, rooting into our sits bones, and then we'll sit up nice and tall. So inhale, let's draw the shoulders forward and up. Exhale, let's drop them back and down. One more time. Inhale, the shoulders come forward and up. Exhale, they drop back and down. Hands come into a comfortable position, whether on your knees, palms up or down, or in your lap. And we're actually going to start this practice with a breathing practice to help you connect with your baby. So you're welcome to bring a hand onto your belly, a hand over your heart if you'd like. You're welcome to close the eyes if that feels comfortable for you, or simply find an unmoving point and soften the gaze here. So take a moment to simply notice your breath just as it is, the inhales and the exhales. And then take a nice, full, slow inhale here. And as you do, breathe in all of the love that you feel for your baby. And then on the exhale, breathe out all of baby's love for you. Inhale, breathe in equanimity for baby. Exhale, breathe out baby's equanimity for you. Inhale, breathe in fun for baby. Exhale, breathe out baby's fun for you. Inhale, breathe in goodness for baby. Exhale, breathe out baby's goodness for you. Inhale, breathe in gratitude for baby. Exhale, breathe out baby's gratitude for you. Inhale, breathe in hope for baby. Exhale, breathe out baby's hope for you. Inhale, breathe in health for baby. Exhale, breathe out baby's health for you. Inhale, breathe in love for baby. Exhale, breathe out baby's love for you. Taking a few more moments now and breathing in whatever it is you would like to offer baby. And on the exhale, breathe out that same offering from baby to you. After you complete that next exhale, you're welcome to release your hands down onto your legs or lap or keep them where they are. And take a moment now to set an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really can be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale as you feel that intention with your heart and your mind. Exhale that breath out. Set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Lovely. Gently opening the eyes if they're closed. We're going to start with just setting our block off to the side, but keeping it nearby. So for today, I normally keep my legs crossed, but we're going to have our legs straight out in front of us here. Feet are gently flexed. I'll turn to the side so you can see me a little bit easier. We're going to root into our sits bones and sit up nice and tall. Let's go ahead and inhale, sweep the arms tall, and then exhale, twist over to the left. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the body. Curve the nose around into a nice seated twist here. Good. Inhale brings you back into center. Exhale, twisting over to the right. Left hand to the right, outside of the left, or left hand to the outside of the right leg. Right hand behind the body. Curve your head around into a seated twist. Inhale, return to center as you reach tall. Exhale, twisting over to the left. Again, really curving that nose around so that twist comes all the way up into the neck. Inhale brings you back into center. Exhale twists you over to the right again, curving that nose around. Great. And then inhale brings you back into center. Exhale, you drop that left hand down to your left side. Step it about a foot out to the left. And then exhale, lean over to the left. Reach through those right fingers for your seated side bend. So the bicep is not down in front of the face, but it's stacked over the ear. Shoulders are stacked. So we're lifted through the torso. That means if you need to press up slightly to get that better alignment, please do so. We're reaching through those fingers, feeling that gorgeous pull through the side body into the top of the hip, bottom elbow is slightly bent, and that hand is nice and firm as it presses our right hip bone down into the mat. Good. Nice full breath here. And then we inhale and return to center, switching sides. So right hand comes down to the mat, step it about a foot out to the right. Exhale, lean over to the right as you reach through those top fingers, seated side bend. So again, biceps not down in front, but it's stacked over the ear. Shoulders are stacked. We're open through the heart center here, reaching through those fingers. We're feeling that pull through the side body to the top of the hip, pressing into that right hand to keep the left hip rooted down into the mat here. Good, nice full breath. Lovely. Inhale brings you back into center. Great work. We're going to bring the soles of the feet to our floor, to the floor. Knees come up in little mountains here. Depending on how far along you are, if you have a bigger belly, you may need to spread the knees a little bit wider to accommodate your belly here. So just notice what the body needs. We're going to go ahead and gently wrap those arms around the legs. And then on the inhale, press the belly into the thighs, lift the gaze and the chest coming into a seated cow. And then exhale, hollow out the back, forehead comes down to the knees into a seated cat. Inhale into a seated cow, pressing the belly forward, squeezing the shoulder blades together, shoulders are down. Exhale into a cat as you hollow out the chest, feel the shoulder blades separate here. One more round each side. Inhale into a nice deep cow, looking up, feel that pull through the front side of your body. And then exhale into cat as you feel that pull through the back side of the body, really looking down toward your lap here. Good. Inhale brings you back into neutral. Great work. Grab that prop that I talked about earlier. We're going to go ahead and come back into a seated position on it here. Again, I'm on the low side of my block. Sitting cross-legged is the most comfortable for me here. It allows me to lift my hips and the knees to sink down toward the floor. Great. Root into your sits bones, get a little bit comfortable here. We're going to open up that upper back and that neck space. I know it can kind of start to get tight, especially the further along we get in our pregnancy. So let's just start nice and easy. We're going to go ahead and drop our left ear over to our left shoulder. Now take a moment, take a breath, and notice sensation on the right side. This may be enough for you, and if it is, please feel free to stay right here. If you would like to deepen sensation, go ahead and take that right hand, extend it out toward the right, fingertips reaching down toward the floor. They may or may not touch depending on your anatomy. Final option to deepen sensation. Take that left hand, gently rest it on the right side of the head. We're not pulling, we're just resting the hand down here. That weight is going to deepen that posture here. Wherever you are, eyes can be open or closed. We're sitting up nice and tall, rooting into the sits bones. Core is engaged here. Good. Shoulders shrug down. Couple breaths. Excellent. Inhale, release head and hands back into neutral. And we'll move on to the opposite side. Start by dropping this right ear over to the right shoulder. And before you go any deeper, take a moment, take a breath, and notice sensation through the right or the left side of the neck this time. Now, again, you may want some deeper sensation. If you do, start with that left hand reaching down toward the floor, fingertips extending toward the mat. It may or may not touch. For even deeper sensation, you can bring that right hand to the left side of the head and just rest it down, not pull, but just rest it, allow that weight to do the work here. Still rooted through the sits bones. Press those sits bones gently into the mat or into the surface beneath you. That prevents the back from arching out here. Good. Shoulders are shrugged down. Couple deep breaths. Good. Inhale brings us back into neutral as you release the head and the arms. Great. Take your nose. We're going to turn it over to the left on a diagonal. And then exhale, drop the nose down toward the armpit as if you're trying to get a whiff of your deodorant. Now, maybe this is enough sensation for you. Again, long spine, shoulders shrugged down, pressing the hips into the block of the surface beneath you. If you'd like to deepen sensation, right hand extends out, fingertips reaching toward the mat. If you'd like to deepen sensation, hand on the left side comes to the back of the head and very gently pulls the nose down toward the armpit, not harshly, moving extremely slow. Again, your body needs time to open up. Noticing what's right for you. Gaze can be open or closed. Really trying to get that nose down toward the armpit here. Taking a couple deep breaths. Good. Inhale releases us and brings us back into neutral. Nice work. Let's move on to the opposite side. So nose comes over to the right. Again, we're going to drop that nose down toward the armpit as if we're trying to get a whiff of our deodorant. Take a breath, a moment here to notice sensation on the left side. Maybe this is enough for you, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. If you'd like deeper sensation, the left hand can extend out to the left, fingers extending down to the floor. For deeper sensation, you can take that right hand, bring it to the back of the head, and very gently pull the nose down toward the armpit. Again, we are not yanking, we're not pulling too deep. It's a very slow, slow, small motion. Really trying to get that nose down toward the armpit. So we're getting that nice full stretch through the side neck, down into the shoulder blade. We may be feeling it in the fingertips even. Sits bones gently press into the surface beneath you, long spine, shoulders shrug down. Good. And then inhale, we release and come back into neutral. Great work. Let's go ahead and take those hands. We're going to interlace them, but behind us. And then we're going to take our hands and move them over so they're sitting on top of that right hip. Chicken wing that right arm out. So it's not sticking back, but really out, perpendicular to the way you're facing here. Again, turn the face over at that diagonal. And then exhale, drop the nose down toward the armpit here. Woo, now we're really cooking with fire and feeling that stretch in through that arm. I am feeling deep sensation down into the knuckles and fingertips of my right hand. Still saying rooted through the sits bones, core gently engaged, shoulders shrugged down. Great. And then inhale releases your head back to neutral. Take those hands, bring them over to the left, nestle them on top of your left hip here. Left elbow sticks out like a chicken wing. And then go ahead, turn that nose over to the right. Drop the nose down toward the armpit here. Wow, wow, wow. Feeling sensation now. Also feeling hungry, talking about chicken wings. Shoulders are shrugged down, feeling that pull in through the arm. For me, I'm experiencing a lot of sensation in my palm on this side. Breathing. Excellent. Inhale, gently releases you. Let's go ahead and bring those arms back into neutral. Really nice work here. Wiggling back and forth, rerouting into the sits bones, moving the spine as you need if you need to adjust. No problem at all. We're going to do some arm stretches and stay seated on our blocks here. So inhale, bring those arms wide into a T. Exhale, bend your right elbow as you bring that hand up and over to touch the back of your neck or the top of your back. Bring the left hand up to capture that left elbow and then draw that left elbow toward the midline. Gently arch the spine, reach the chest up, feeling that nice pull through the tricep down into the armpit here. Again, this is like seventh grade track stretches, but they're effective, right? That's why we keep doing them. So taking a couple deep breaths here. Good. Inhale, we release. What we do on one side, we do on the other. So back to a T. This time, lift that left arm, bend that left elbow, hand comes to the top of the back, bottom of the neck. Bring that right arm up, hand grasps onto that left elbow and draws it toward the midline. Woo, feeling that pull through the tricep here, shrugging those shoulders down, rooted through the sits bones. Nice deep breath. Good. Inhale, we come back into that nice T here with our arms. Exhale, right arm comes across the body. Sweep the left arm down. Bring the forearms to touch. Left palm faces out, creating a cross here. And then use that left arm to pull the right arm across the body. So we're not rotating with the arm, right? Our torso stays nice and neutral. And instead, the left arm and the right arm are the ones that are moving. Left hand can stay like this. You can gently grab onto that right arm if you'd like. Sitting tall, core is gently engaged, shoulders shrugged down, feeling the pull through the outside of that right arm here. Feels really nice. This is also a good way to open up the back, get into that upper back space if you've been tight in there as well. Great. Inhale, those arms come wide, back out to a T. Opposite side. Exhale, left arm comes across the body. Right arm sweeps down, forward and up, creating that cross. Pull that arm here, coming into that nice arm stretch on the opposite side. So again, not rotating with the arm, but instead torso stays neutral. Arms are the ones that are doing the moving. You can stay at this cross, or that right hand can come down onto the left arm here, pulling across here. Good. Feeling that nice pull through the outside of the left arm into the shoulder, upper back space here. Taking just a couple deep breaths. Lovely. Inhale, go ahead, release those arms, bring them out to a T. Exhale, interlace those fingers behind your back. I'm going to turn so you can see this from the side, a little bit easier what's happening. So go ahead, interlace those fingers behind the back, sit up nice and tall. On the next inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift your arms as far as you can. This is a lovely heart opener. This is a lovely shoulder bicep tendon opener. We're getting down into the biceps even. Doesn't matter how far you go. What's important is that you're feeling that stretch, trying to keep the head neutral, not leaning forward or back here, keeping the gaze looking forward. Take a nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release those arms, bring them back into neutral. We'll inhale, draw those shoulders forward and up. Exhale, drop them back and down. Inhale, shoulders come forward and up. Exhale, drop them back and down. And then reverse the direction here. So inhale the shoulders back and up. Exhale them forward and down. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down. Great work here. All right, we're going to come down onto the mat, move that prop out of the way. You shouldn't need it the rest of our practice. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees come out wide. It doesn't matter how close your feet are. Instead, what matters is that you're just getting a nice stretch. We're going to do a little bit of a back release here. That was a lot of seated posture, so you might be feeling a little tight there, okay? So inhale, we lengthen through the spine. Exhale, we hinge at the hips, and we lean forward with the heart center coming into our bound angle pose. Oh, this is a nice stretch. I love this one. So shoulders are shrugged down. We are long through the spine, reaching through the crown of the head. Gaze is looking down toward the floor, so we're not craning the neck forward here, right? Hands can be on the legs, on the feet, down on the mat, and we're just allowing those knees to fall open as they will. We're feeling a nice stretch through the hips, but this is also stretching out the back, even if you're not necessarily feeling sensation there. I certainly am today, but just keep in mind that your hips may be the ones that are talking a lot louder than your back. Good. Shoulders are shrugged down. Couple deep breaths here. Notice if the body wants to sink forward a little bit deeper. Welcome that in, but no need to pull, no need to push yourself. Instead, allow the body to open up as it will. Excellent. Inhale, we're going to press up onto our hands here. Go ahead and fold those knees shut, step those knees about hip width distance apart, lean back onto the hands, and then windshield wipe those knees back and forth for a little bit of a glute, low back, and hip release here. This is great to do throughout pregnancy. It's a great way just to kind of check in with that pelvic area, kind of get the blood flowing, massage those muscles as they start to change and move. It's kind of like foam rolling, but way less intense and torturous. All right, coming back into neutral, and we're actually going to make our way right onto our back. So if you need a towel off, grab a drink of water, put on socks or a jacket for final relaxation. Now is your moment to do so. We will not sit up for the rest of our practice here today. Okay? So coming on down onto your back when you're ready, start by tucking the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around them, maybe just hands onto knees, maybe rock from side to side, little roly-poly action if that feels good for you. Good. And then come into stillness, go ahead and drop the soles of the feet down to the floor. So you have some options for finer relaxation. Knees can stay in little mountain, soles of the feet on the floor. You can allow your knees to fall open wide and bring the soles of the feet together for recline bound angle. This is another great hip opener, a little bit more easeful. If it gets too intense, you can always put blocks beneath the knees here for some support. Just notice what feels right. You can extend one leg or the other for fallen tree or extend both legs for traditional finer relaxation, finding a comfortable spot for your hands, whatever that looks like for you. If you're further along in your pregnancy and being on your back is no longer an option, feel free to roll right onto your side. You can always use your prop to stick under your belly. I don't really have one right now, but stick under your belly for that lift. This can be a really great way just to relieve some of that tension around your middle here. You're also welcome to just return to a seated position and treat our final part of practice like a seated meditation. Just notice what feels right for you. It's options, not requirements here. So as you settle in, start to tune into your breath. Begin to notice how fast or slow it is, how deep or shallow. Noticing the quality of each breath on your inhales, the quality of each breath on your exhales. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly, the rise and fall of the chest. Noticing the sensation of air as it moves in and out of your nose, up and down your throat. Allowing your attention to rest very gently on the breath. You're simply observing it, not doing anything, just noticing it. Now, if your mind wanders off on a thinking adventure, it's okay. It happens to all of us. Celebrate the fact that you noticed you wandered off and then come back to the breath. Come back to focusing on the inhales and the exhales. If it's helpful, maybe incorporate a mantra to help you stay grounded and focused on your breath here. Inhale, I am. Exhale, at ease. Inhale, I am. Exhale, at ease. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments today. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know that I'm watching the time and I respect yours, and I will be sure to let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So lean back, let go, and just rest right here with your baby. Both attachment and aversion lead to suffering. Look deeply to see the nature of your love and the degree of attachment. Then you can begin untangling the knots. The seeds of true love are already there inside of us. By looking deeply, the seeds of suffering and attachment shrink. The positive seeds grow, and we arrive at a love that's spacious and all encompassing. Bringing your awareness back to this space, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air, before slowly exhaling the breath back out. Take another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle the fingers and toes, move the arms and legs, gently waking your body up. And when it feels right for you, rolling onto one side, pausing there with arm or hand beneath the head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or your purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answered the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale as you make your way on up into a seated position, and we close out our practice together today. So finding your comfortable seat, rooting into the sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, the shoulders come forward and up. Exhale, we drop them back and down. Hands come into a comfortable position, whether on the knees, palms up or down, in the lap. You can also have them at heart center, closing the eyes if you'd like. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth and for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including growing a tiny human and yoga. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this Yoga for Pregnancy series, week 13, here on Wild Blue Yonder Media. If you enjoyed the practice, please make sure to like and subscribe. That's how I'm able to grow my followers and serve more people just like you. If you know another pregnant mother out there, please consider sending one of these practices or this series to her so she can also feel great in her body as she moves through her pregnancy journey. In addition, make sure to check out Wild Blue Yonder Meditations wherever you listen to podcasts. I have tons of practices on there related to pregnancy and not. It's kind of a whole body thing. It really can be anything that you want, mindfulness, meditation, breathing practices, just like the one we did at the beginning of our practice to connect with baby. So if that's something of interest to you, make sure to check that out. Again, bringing the journey not only into the body, but into the mind as well. So thank you so much for being here with me. I hope to see you in week 14. Have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.